Welcome to all of you, and especially Mike. Mike, you know about Pakistani people. They are always late and they have least interest in education. So we have to push them hard to bring them to that level, whatever is our objective. I hope that whatever we are doing, it will be for the benefit of our coming generation, and we will be in a position to make these people change. So Mike, over to you, because you are going to change the teacher from teachers to leaders so that they feel elevated, that it's not only going to class and spending 40 minutes, it is something else when you are standing in the classroom. Thank you, Mike. We are going to make you host, and please carry on. Thank you. Thank you. Mike को host बना दो. Mike, you claim the host. Now you can be a host. Yeah. Yeah. Change the host. Okay. Now you can, yes, be host now. Claim it. Okay. Watch. Voice. Uh, Okay. Now you can control it. Yes. Mike.
So really appreciate it for really arranging this beautiful and breathtaking seminar, the webinar. So it's always been a pleasure, like to be here with all of you guys. And the last time we had a great fun, and I really enjoyed it. Really at the top, and I'm pretty sure this is not just a webinar. This would be the life-changing talk. I guarantee. Like if someone is ready to listen to my talk for 2 hours, so it would be equivalent to any 2 years top university education from United States or from any part of the globe. So the best room in our life is the training room. Why? Because this is a place where we can get 360-degree shifting, and we have no idea. We are just one step away from a totally different life. And I knew, especially in the developing countries, uh, people are having, especially in the classroom, its environment is not that much friendly. And I personally investigated a lot of students before coming to school or while they are getting into the school in the morning. I want to make sure that most of the students, when they are coming into the school, they are really under stress and their blood pressure is getting higher and higher. And I always notice them feeling very elated and very happy while they are leaving from the school. So one day, my son, I was pushing him to go to school, and I asked him, why you're not going to school? And he complained, Papa, I don't want to go to school. Um, I said, why? He said, I don't feel great out there because I feel only great at home. So, Papa, he requested me, Papa, can you make this home our home? Can you transform this home into the school? So that day, I realized, yes, I really need to work on the school. And I was having a discussion with a couple of the great visionary um, the school owners. I was talking to them, and it was great. We really need to make a school, or we really need to make the classroom a place where students and teachers will love to come out there, because there's a lot of stress, and teachers and students, they don't want to come to the school. They don't want to come to the classroom. And my visionary friend asked me, Mike, how do you feel about the school? How do you feel about what can we do? What's your vision about the school and the classroom? And I told him, I feel that we need to, I am alive to listen this from my students, that they would say one day, and they would be very happy while coming to the school. And I want to listen them, that at the off time when students, they are supposed to go back, I want to listen from them that sentence, And this is what motivates me. This is what I've been like putting all my sense into all my work, and I trying to make the classroom the better place, and working on the teachers to be a person, not the teacher, uh, helping him to become a leader. So what I want to listen from my students that, Mike, I don't want to go back home. I want to stay here. I love this place. So this what already motivates me, and this always stimulate and always uh, give me energy, and I always like spend my lot of time on it. Like, how can we make a classroom or the school a place where students and teachers, they would love to come and they want to stay there. So what special thing, what can we contribute out there? So for this, we really need to work on it, and really we need to contribute in it. But most significantly, I was interviewed in China, and I was used to give trainings to 10,000 schools, and it was a great project. It's a big audience out there. So there was the interview panel, and they asked me, Mike, what motivates you? How do you feel about children, being a teacher? So I said just one thing, that I love my students, I take care of them, I love them. And they said, wow, that's beautiful. So it means you're not doing a job. It's not your job, it's your passion. So you are only a teacher. Like Jack Ma says, if your student can replace you after 2 years education, like if you're a teacher and you are teaching your students, and if your student is not replacing you in next couple of years, so you're not a great teacher. Yes, there are different classification of the teachers: bad teachers, good teachers, great teachers, incredible teachers. And significantly, what I could learn, like, the teacher's role must be changed, and it must be like the coach, it must be like the storyteller, because and the teacher needs to bring a lot of fun into the classroom. So because now we are inculcating a lot of technology into our classroom, so we need some kind of environment where we can bring happiness, because happiness brings a lot of power and it increases your productivity. You don't need to cram the things. It's not we're not just helping students, actually we are just releasing the stress. So my purpose of this kind of trainings, this kind of webinar, is to make a school, or to make the classroom is a fun place where everybody want to come and want to stay there. It must be like a drawing room where you feel seriously great. I personally interview a lot of students. What are their complaints against this school? So I ask them, okay, you can put your personal grievances, or what do you don't feel good, or what you feel about the school, so you can really put into it. So a lot of students complain about so many things, that when I come to school, I can't take coffee, I can't take tea, I want to sleep. And one student said, I need a calm. So I really want to apologize on behalf of this platform, because internet is consistently creating the hazards and glitches. Last night, even like it's happening today. So I'm connecting the different internet connection now. So we were talking about there are two type of people in the world: teachers and other people. And teachers, there are less than 60 million people over the globe. So we've been a teacher and educationists out here right on this platform. We are pretty lucky because we want to bring the next level of consciousness, and we want to bring an enormous change on this part of globe because uh, we are doing something for last long hours and the many years, so change is not coming. So the reason why, if you're doing something consistently and again, if you're repeating that, so you are not going for the big change too. So even a change is a choice. So I was just talking about the classroom environment and the teacher. Uh, so I just want to listen from my students that I don't want to go back from school. I just want to stay here. So let's make our schools and the classrooms like the homes, and let's bring more emotional intelligence into the students, and let's get them connected with education because teachers are so much stressed. What I noticed, they're so stressed because the managements, they have the long contents and they have a lot of expectations. So they're definitely, by end of the day, like the teachers are burdenized. So the purpose of today's training is not a training. I'm not here to jack you up and get you motivated. We are just here talking today that how we can get best out of our teaching style and what kind of person we have to become. Because in order to achieve what we have never achieved in your life, um, to achieve that, we have to become someone who we never have been in our life. So today we're going to decide like what the best tools and what the best methodologies we can bring into the methodologies and the teaching methodologies, or what kind of person we have to become in our life to become the great teachers. Because teaching is a 24-hour job, it's an attitude. And no matter what, teachers are always imperfect. They have to learn every day and they have to behave like the human being. And I mostly recommend teachers before going to the class, always pick out some books, some biographies, autobiographies with you into your classroom. And most importantly, because we've been working, because the teachers are feeling so stressed. So we have worked a lot on the teachers' hunger management. Because before going to the class, if you're not eating properly, if you are not dressed up properly, so because there's a big deal. Students don't accept anything less than 100%. They always need you 200%. So I've been believing for the last 2 decades. I don't believe in 100%. I believe in 200% because someday maybe you would be zero. So you would be at the 100%. So because teachers, students, they are amazing people. They are the potential leaders, and they get bored very soon. And I have the bad news for everyone out here because I can see around 55 participants are there. I was expecting maybe the thousands of people would join us. Uh, I want to break a news for all the teachers that students don't like teachers, and we have to become their uh, favorite. And how is it possible? How can we listen that students will say, "Wow, Mike is the best teacher. I really love him." Because when some students is the best teacher, it means the resources are open and students is now open, alert, and receptive to that teacher. It means the student is connected with that teacher and he wants to learn everything from it. Because until and unless students is not connected with you can't teach him. You can't, he is not ready to learn from you. And I was having a talk with a couple of the best educationists in Pakistan a couple of days ago, because two things are very common as a human being. If you are a teacher and or I'm a student, so we hate learning from someone who wants to teach us. So that's why teaching is a very boring job. And in today's world, teacher is getting more boring. So we have to make it more interesting. We have to bring more empowerment. Today, we're going to talk about how to communicate well, how to be listened very well to our students, because the biggest challenge in today's world is students and the people, they we speak 7% and the body is speaking more than 93%. So we have to use our body because people listen you through your body. They don't listen you what you say. people listen to you. How do you say? So your body matters. Despite we are getting the technology into it and the classroom environment or schools, they are becoming the better place today and a much better place for the next generations. And we are giving the best opportunities. But being a teacher, we really need to learn and we really need to work on ourselves. And this job is never ended because we're going to be more and more and more flexible in the teaching methodologies. Uh, I want to discuss a couple of laws, and it would definitely create a foundation for our today's topic because we are interested and we are passionate. And I would love, I'm also passionate to discuss about it, and I want to share and filter out each and everything what I have learned in my last 2 decades, 2.5 decades. So, so the greatest thing is we really need to put all efforts to become that great teacher. And there's one beautiful law. And remember about the laws because laws are happening in our life. There are 105 laws, the metaphysical laws and other types of laws are happening in our life. We understand it or not, we like it or not, we believe it or not, laws are happening. So there's one beautiful law what can help us, all of us, to become the better person. Because again, being a teacher, we have to shift ourselves from the current situation. We have to move on and we really need to plan for it. And we need to say ourselves, yes, I want to become the best teacher. I want to not just a teacher. If you start valuing students and if you start adding the values into their life, they would add the very back into your life. I guarantee. It's my personal experience. I will show you up through different pictures and through different slides in different kind of videos, because in my last 2.5 decades I've been teaching in many countries. So today you will learn the Mike story, how Mike is teaching and how I could become the charismatic teacher, the charismatic mentor for my students, why students love to follow me, though they have the options, they can't follow me. And this is what the leadership is. Your people around you, they have the option that they can't follow you, they don't like to follow you, but still they follow you. It means that you are a leader. You are that kind of teacher. So I personally been noticing so many teachers. So there's one beautiful law. The law is the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity says that I feel like I am the most important and the most significant person in the world. And you feel like you are a son, okay? And you are unconditionally giving 100%, more than 100% to the world, like the sun. It rises in the morning and without any condition, without any demand, even I'm not thinking about it, but sun rise in the morning and sets in the time, so it's giving us the light every day. So it means just imagine the level of responsibility. And just imagine the responsibility if God is giving us free oxygen, water, and the greatest resources to live a life, because you all are a chosen soul. I'm a chosen soul. And we are the continuity of something vast, of something incredible. And we are born to put a dent on this globe, to make this world a better place, a place where people can live and can enjoy and can help the next generation to become the better people and to make the world the better place. So the purpose of life is very clear. So the law of reciprocity says that I feel like I'm responsible and I'm most significant and the most important person in my life for everybody around the globe, like the sun. So you are unconditionally, you are impacting and you are giving people everything. And one more beautiful law of reciprocity is you always ask people, how can I help you? That's a beautiful line, and especially once if you have any, if you experience calling on the call centers or like you are calling on the helpline. So the one beautiful line you learn from out there, that how can I help you? So how can I help you is the most beautiful line in your life, and this is the law of reciprocity. You feel like I am most important person in the world. When you feel I'm most important person or a most important teacher in the world, so then you unconditionally you get a lot of power and you get the positive vibes. You become a resonance for the people around you. So again, teaching is not, it's an attitude, and you are chosen soul being a teacher. So we can choose ourselves to become the best teacher. We can choose ourselves like I would add the value in students' life, because I noticed a couple of greatest teachers in my life, they are seriously worried about their students. And I want to tell you, if you are worried about your students, and if you're worried about one subject you want to teach them, and you get worried about everybody because you want to see them the best person in your life, because there's one beautiful law of expectations. Teachers, they expect very high from their students, and they always want to see them are really the rocking person. They always want to see the most successful person in their life. They want to see the most happiest campers in their life, the most happiest person in their life. They want to see the most charismatic people. They want to see the most impactful people. They want to see the people who are working like the NASA, who are working somewhere like impacting the whole globe and bringing the biggest difference in the world, because that's only the purpose of our life we are living, why we have been chosen by the God for this globe, because we are the great wonders, we are the stars, we are here to illuminate this world, we are here to empower this world. So, being a teacher, we need to expect very high from ourselves, and we need to expect very high from our students, and we need to discuss with them that I expect that you would become. Because when you are setting very positive expectations in their life, it means you're helping and empowering students, and you're helping them set their goals. Oh, I don't believe in goals. It means you're helping them to set the structure. In China, students, they can decide about their profession. So after the 10-year schooling, the teachers, they sit together and they decide about the students, where he should go or where she should go in the practical life, or which type of subject or the domain or the field like she or he must choose for. So students are not free to choose their career or anything. Teachers are most significant people. They know it very well if they are doing. And teachers, they are like the coaches. They are like the coaches. And what's the coach's job? Coaches always remind you your best performances. Coaching is not teaching you, telling you to do this, to do that, and how to do it. It's not the coach's job to tell you how to do it. The coach's job is to remind you that who you are, what can you do, what kind of potential do you have, and what kind of impact you can bring on the group. And coaches tell you your value and your importance in the team. They always tell you how you are important and what can you do for the universe, because the goals and direction is very simple. We are talking about the MGDs in African countries, because the real purpose of education, the real purpose of education is to make this world a better place, the worth living place, and the conducive place for the next generation. Yes, of course, if you would be thinking the same domain, I can help. I can make you sure. I guarantee, like, you're gonna be billionaire, because everything happens from the service side. Everything happens in your life, and the greatest things always happen with the service heart and with a mission. And if it's your mission being a teacher that you want to make your students successful, without looking at their aptitude, without looking at their attitudes, you are worried about them and you want to inculcate, you want to bring change in their life. And remember, a lot of teachers, I feel, they feel stressed in their classroom because they don't even want to go to the classroom. A lot of teachers complain. I've been listening them in the principal offices. Even they don't like students, they don't want to talk to them, and they are just teaching. And teachers are not passionate to teach them. Why? Because they are teaching in the classroom because they are charging money for it. So I asked many teachers that what motivates you to go to the class? And they told me just the salary, just my benefits. I said, but passions matters first. He said, we are not being paid for the passions. We are not being paid to get them motivated. We are not being paid money to get them onto the next level. Our job is very simple. We have to get into the whiteboard, or we have to go into the electronic board, and we have to fix the problems, and we have to find their solution, and that's it. I want to tell you, it's just 20% work what you are doing in the class, fixing and solving problems and solving solutions. You're giving solutions. No, the real job is to get them connected with education, to get them connected with the subject. I notice. And you being a principal, being a teacher, you can ask them, what's your favorite subject? You can ask your students. If they tell you about their favorite subject, so it means it's not about him. It's about the teacher who has made the subject very much interesting, and his teaching method was amazing. That's why, and that student was he could get connected with subject. So it's about the teachers, and if someone is good mathematics, why not another subject? Why he's more interested in English, maths, or science and subjects? It's all about the teachers. So teachers, again, never perfect. So I'm talking about the law of reciprocity. So being a teacher, we need to feel like we are the most important person in everyone's life, and we can really play a pivotal and most significant role to change their life, to make them more receptive, and to become more detached from all kind of unproductive beliefs. And we can help them to become more open to the education and let them get connected to our motivation. And students, they only like the teachers who can make them laugh, who can make them happy in the classroom. So this is the biggest challenge. So we need to accept it, and this would like get the connection. If someone asked me, like, what's your priority? What would you like to do in your classroom? So I would say fun comes first, because if you bring fun, if you bring the method who can create fun, it would get connected. And I want to make sure your productivity level would be the highest level. I the bank Alpha, they consulted me because they invested $1 million like to make their people happy. So they were going in the wrong direction because they're investing a lot of money to make people happy. But I changed the direction. So I said, better if you can work on the productivity. Yes, when people are more productive in their classrooms, they're going to be more happy. So the productivity would definitely will come out when you know your timing, and you know how to pitch your information, how to get connected with them, how to bring happiness into their life, and you bring students onto the next level, and you make them great students. You make them great students first. This is your first job being a teacher. Well, so law of reciprocity can really help us to become someone, not just being a teacher, as a human being. It's our responsibility to become the best one in our life and to create a legacy for everyone, to make this world the better and the worth living place for the generation next. So we are very lucky because we are working with the generation next, and we are making this world a beautiful place, a place where the next generation come and they can experience a new life, they can experience the best living, and then they would create more, and they would help the next generations to make this world a place where they can experience greatest things in their life. Well, so uh, uh, I would love to share my slides because it would help you more to see. Because there's one reason. I was just watching yesterday the Vanessa. Vanessa says once you are a teacher and you want to engage students, so your body language really matters. So you really need to talk about, you need to show up the thing. So stop teaching, we will show them, because people believe what they see. People don't believe what they listen, because memory is the biggest challenge for everyone. So students, remember, how do you say? So let me discuss a couple of more laws, and then we definitely will move on to our tasks. Okay. So there, you can see there are the laws. The first I have discussed the law of solipsism and the law of reciprocity. So there's one more beautiful law, the law of E.F. Hutton. And the law of E.F. Hutton says that you speak and people love to listen to you. That's a beautiful line, because I recommend my guys, my everyone, speak like that everyone would love to listen to you, and then listen like everyone loved to speak to you. Wow, that's a beautiful line. Oh my God. So we have to become someone that people will love to talk to us, and we have to speak like that people will love to listen us. So being a teacher, we need to speak like, because the speakers, the leaders, they speak differently. They are charismatic. They are very much charismatic. When I know a lot of teachers, they're always wasting a lot of energy in the classroom to giving the shut up call to the students. They're always rebuking, scolding, and they're always stopping them to speak up. But I notice few teachers when they get into the class or the corridor, so what happens? Seriously, I notice people they keep quiet and they want to listen him, they want to talk to him, and they look at him. It only happens when you bring charisma in your life. So your life is your choice. So being a teacher, if you are want to become inspiring teacher, so it's your choice. You really need to have to take care about your food, about your outlook, about how do you speak and what kind of sentences you speak, because leaders they speak differently. They don't use the negative or the bullies, they don't use negative language. They always encourage them. They always encourage them. They always appreciate them. The greatest teachers as a leader, they want to listen students and they want to bring the democratic environment into the classroom. They love them because when you love them, you want to listen them. And if you listen them, you would see you being a teacher would be a great learning associate. So it would be greatly helpful for you really to bring and to make the classroom the best place for their life. Because I believe the classroom or the training room are the best places in the world where the paradigm shifting happens. And this is a place where we can go on to the next level sagaciousness and next level consciousness, and we can learn how to think about the life. So E.F. Hutton laws is when the E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listen. And it was very popular commercial ad in United States, and this was very popular. And they just create the hype, and they just promote it on the different television channels that when E.F. Hutton speaks, people listen. So we have to speak like why it happens. So what's the law behind it? What's the philosophy? Why I'm discussing the E.F. Hutton law? Because what happens, the same thing. If I'm speaking the same thing to the people, people won't listen. People won't bother. People won't follow it. And the same thing, the same content. If someone is charismatic and the impactful person is speaking, everybody will say, "Wow, great idea." People would appreciate you. Why it happens? Because you speak differently. You speak with charisma. You speak with charismatic because you are speaking from your heart. And the leaders, they are different people. They speak from their heart and they empower people. They love them. That's why they talk to them. So there's a big difference in communicating and to become impactful. So the purpose of communication, the purpose of speaking is not to convey the message. This is the biggest mistake we people are doing. So the purpose of communication, the purpose of speaking is to become most impactful person in someone's life. Because when we are speaking, we want to speak to get something out from the listeners. Okay, so being a teacher, we need to know one more law, the law of knowledge bucket. And remember, because the more you will learn, it's just like the leaky bucket. Okay, there is a bucket and you turn on the tap and you're getting lots of water into it. But at the same time, the bucket is leaking from the bottom. And the more you water put in, the more water goes out. And this is the philosophy of knowledge. The more you get into your mind, the more it gets out. So everyday knowledge we have to get them updated because the yesterday knowledge is totally obsoleted, and the yesterday knowledge means like we are not going to the past, we are going to the future. So we have to become really futuristic, because I train people for NLP to the top agencies and people that how to understand people when they speak is a distant language and the behavioral language, and I help people like to understand like how body speaks and how can we understand people, because we don't understand them what they speak. Even I don't listen when they speak, I just see how do they speak. So NLP says you need to develop yourself for next 500 years. So you need to learn the knowledge which is coming after 500 years, because we are going to the future, we are not going to the past. So we really need to get ourselves updated, and we are never perfect. So the more knowledge we get in, like the water would come into the bucket, and the more knowledge, the more water will goes out from the bottom. So we have to gobble up more and more and more information, the more and more water into our bucket, because we don't know how much water is going. So we really need to be greedy about getting more information and more knowledge, because you are just one piece of information, one piece of knowledge away from a totally different life. So there's one more beautiful law. Two more laws are there which can help us to understand like who we are and where we are going in our life and what we can do in our life. The law of replicability. This is a beautiful law. Like if the maths teacher are listening to me right now, they know just with one formula, you can solve all the questions. So the law of replicability means if you know the formula, okay, if you know the secrets, you can do everything. So if you know the formula, like the same formula would be applied everywhere in the world. And if you know, you can do it. So the law of replicability means if you know a little, you can get like the 20-80 rule, you can get the maximum out of it. So uh, so we are living in the most advanced era where all the solutions have been found, and we are pretty lucky because we are using these platforms and we are trying to figure it out, like how can we develop in ourselves. So if you know the formula, you can apply it. Remember, don't consider the possibility of failure because success is waiting for you. We just gotta do practice, and we gotta do it again and again and again and again until it's become our habit. If you're doing something which is not really helpful, and if you're doing it again and again, so you could have developed a bad habit. So we have to choose very carefully. All right. So there is one more beautiful law, the law of buffet. If you allow me, so I can talk about it later on. So before this, I really need to discuss about the core of education. That what is the real purpose of education? So let's have a quick look, and let's get started from the end of the core value. This is attention, and so the real purpose of education, the real core value of education is to make people flexible. It's not the purpose like to make the people rigid. Okay, so we need people who can listen pretty well, can have the patience, who can have the acceptability about other people. We need to accept everyone. That's the real mission, the real purpose of education. And this is the real purpose. This is a real way to go on to the next level. So we have the short great conference is happening here in Lahore, Lahore Expo Center. So I have to speak up here. Uh, uh, so I have to sum up and I have to speak quickly and I have to sum up all the slides within limited time. So the purpose of education is to become idea machine. The purpose of education is not to cram the information. Like the Einstein says, what you can say on the stage, if you are standing on the stage, like after whole of your education, if you are given an opportunity to talk about what could you learn in your life and you are given a free stage, so the things you can speak up there, that was your learning. Otherwise, you have just wasted everything. So, so the real purpose of education is to become idea machine, to bring more and more ideas to your life. And this is what I practice, and this is the Adestra School in the United States is practicing with the young students. They ask them about the idea. They just present, they write one problem on the whiteboard. They give the problem-based projects, and then they ask students find the solution. So if there are 40 students in a class, so the 40 solutions, so everyone must come up with a different solution. No one is allowed to repeat the same solution. So everyone would come, but like if there are 40 students, so the 40 solutions will come. If 100 students in a class, so the 100 solutions will come. And every solution is not incorrect. Every solution has its own worth. Every solution has its own value. So the purpose of education, why kids are going to school and why we are teaching them, because we need to know, we need to provide that kind of environment where they can become idea machine. And this is quite possible, like to if we get to give them some environment where they can even criticize. Even being a teachers, we need to get ready to be criticized because criticism is a very positive thing. Criticism does not mean to say always appreciating other people. Criticism mean like you have your own perspective and you also come with your personal opinion, and we need to uh, accept other people's opinions because everyone is, we all are growing up with opinions. We don't know about the facts of life. Facts are still unexplored, so we are maintaining with our opinions. We are living the opinionated life. Who you are and whatever I am doing is opinion that we have decided like to make the education onto the next level. Dr. Naeem Khalid is contributing. Why? Because he was not happy the things were happening in the past. So he want to contribute. He want to go into the next level. And we are we all are together here to make this world a better place. And we want to bring people onto the next level. Our students because they're the most significant people. So one more purpose I really need to discuss about the education place for the next generation. We already have discussed the purpose of education is to make this world a better and conducive place. Knowingly and unknowingly, we all are contributing together. But if we could put if we could put deliberate efforts into it, so we can do it. And even we need to convey the message to our students. Being a teacher, the purpose of your education is not to become somebody who will become part of the economics lot. You are becoming someone who will make this world a better place and for the next generation. And you are born to help humanity. The more you will help, the better leader you will become. And the better leader you become, so of course you will enjoy its charisma. So one more purpose I need to discuss that is also very important to bring the inner intelligence. Like Dr. Khalid Naeem and Asaf, all the team, they are working on this particular mission that is they are bringing machines and tablets, and they are creating the new kind of bringing the inner intelligence of the students. Intelligence is not about the memory. They are bringing intelligence. They are helping students to think differently, and they are helping students through their books, LEDs, gadgets, on these kind of tablets. They are synthesizing new kind of system where students can go on to the next level, to the next sagaciousness level, and there he would start thinking because we all are the bridges, and Dr. Kaltneim is bringing the greatest bridges for the students and for the teachers to bring improvements and bring in the next level of insightfulness into the teaching. And this is not the end, of course, like Steve Jobs, like Bill Gates. So Dr. Naim Khalid would be thinking, and definitely he's a visionary and he is thinking about the next level as well. So once we all got to go with that system without questioning, there's no question request because this is the best system, I feel. And we really can go with that system. I'm personally very much inspired. So the purpose of all these bringing machines into the classroom is to bring the intelligence. We are not here helping students to cram the lessons and to cram the answers of typical questions like we have. So yes, with the help of those questions, they are getting the highest marks, but they won't help the next generation to become the better people in their life. So really appreciated Dr. Naim Khaled, Asif, and your team because you are making this world a better place and a conducive place for the next generation, and you are bringing intelligence into the work. You are bringing intelligence, and you are bringing the next insightfulness level into the teaching methods, and you're bringing machines into the work. You are synthesizing really the top-notch energy in Pakistan, and we all really appreciate you. So I want to tell you today, because we mostly believe in the orthodox teaching methods, and we feel like I'm noticing teachers for last 2.5 decades. They just find the solutions of questions. They get into the class and they write on the board, and maybe they would have the machine. So the big missing factor, what I'm feeling for a long time, because students and teachers are not connected. They don't have the positive conversation. They don't have the conversation what can help students to expect very high from their life, to expect very high from their life and their education. So they have just very standard kind of the orthodox methods in their class, and I feel and I'm feeling for last 2.5 decades, the teachers they're really stressed out, and the management is stressed out. So there's a lot of unrest in the school. So I personally believe in connection. So the Ron Clark is the greatest guy. If you can get some time, so you can go on YouTube and watch the movie of the Ron Clark movie. Is a one. It's a 90 minutes movie, and I make you sure you need to show up this movie to all the teachers on some movie day on the weekend. You can serve them with a cup of coffee and then discuss about the Ron Clark teaching methods. So this is the movie name, and the Ron Clark has changed United States altogether on 360 degree, and he is bringing a lot of fun to the classroom. And I've been uh, I've been following, and I have learned a lot. I could get a lot of inspiration from Ron Clark, and I want to tell you something about the Ron Clark because he took the challenge of the low grade students, and when students were not ready to the class, even they rejected all the teachers. The teachers were not ready to go into the class. And Ron Clark took the challenge. He said, because he was searching on a job and no one was ready to give him a job, and he decided, okay, I will teach the high to the middle class students. And he took the challenge and he went into the classroom, though the principal said, you can't do it, because at the same moment when Ron Clark went for the interview, one teacher and one student and the principal out, they were fighting with each other, and they were like having the WrestleMania. They were really fighting like the people fight in the wrestling. So it was a very horrible story, and Ron Clark took the challenge. And because teachers are the leaders, and they took challenges, they take challenges to empower the people, and they love students. The leaders always say about their people, my people. They love their future. They want to contribute in their life, even they don't want. Leader is a person who is worried about the people. Even people are not worried about them. Even they don't know what they're going in their life. Even people don't know what should they expect in the life. But the leaders, they are expecting. They are expecting something bigger for them, because the leaders can see and can foresee and can really see something out of the world, and they really can give. They know the vision. They are visionary. They are mostly in one side in love with the humanity. So being a teacher, Ron Clark is the greatest guy. Yes. So the Ron Clark, I noticed, if you're gonna watch his movie, so he was used to go on the weekends to their students in their homes. And here, I feel just students and teachers, they just meet in, they just have a meetup in the classroom. And we really need to put the empathy into our work, like the Ron Clark. Ron Clark, few students, they were not performing in their class and in their tasks. So Ron Clark started to visit the students on weekend, or even in the evening time when students were used to go back home. And he started to investigate the teachers, the students and their parents. They started to have the meetup with them. And I just have a question from all the teachers: how many times, being a teacher, you go to students home personally, okay, on weekends, and do you have any conversation with their parents that you can really help your child, you can really help your daughter or son, because we all are worried. I'm also worried about him, and definitely you being a parent, you're also worried about him. So let's make a strategy. Let's find out a solution. Let's find out something what can help uh, students really to go into the next level. How can we help them like to get into the best and the better grades into the class? I mostly asked people all over the globe, and the answer was no. They don't have time. That because teaching is not their priority. So the priority maybe comes. They have optimized teaching. Maybe they're unemployed. I want to tell you, if you are passionate about your profession, if you really want to give more than 200%, and you are really worried about your students, you are really worried about their future, you are really worried about uh, for them to make an impact in their life. So I can tell you, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you becoming that best teacher in your life. It's it is the inner voice. It is something, the voice you will get from inside, that why are you worried? Like I can tell you, when I was in my schooling, so I was not happy with the teachers. I was not happy with the management. I was not happy in my classroom with my classmates, because I had a dyslexia issue. I had a listening issue. I have been punished my teachers. I have been rebuked my teachers. I've been scolded my teachers, and they always started to put me in the back. They always complained to my parents that your son is not giving 100%, so please take him out of the class. They always talk about me very negative. So they always bullied me. Even teachers bullied me. Hey, you are not enough. You better, you leave the school. Better you go and start some working. It's an attitude. Students, they become what they listen from you, because you are the leader in a class. You're only leader when you choose it, because mostly people, they are positioned, and positioned people, they lead to the positioned people. and the leaders, they lead to the leaders. So being a teacher, you are a leader, and you are empowering your students to become a leader. I'm not talking about the political leader. I'm talking about the leader who can make impact in other people's life, who can think about other people. So we have to first think about our students, about the people who are coming to our classroom. And you are never perfect. You really need to give more than 100%. You gotta be busy working. You gotta be scrolling. You gotta be going to the internet. You gotta be learning and listening about the podcast and the biography. You will be using YouTube. You want to empower yourself. You want to become the best teacher. Nobody can make you the best teacher. And the one thing, one clear secret, if you are really worried about your students, oh my God, they will get worried about you. This is totally reciprocal. And it's not just for students, it's for the personal life as well. The more you're going to be getting worried about them, the much better teacher you will become. The more innovative you will become. A lot of people ask me how to become innovative. So behind the innovation, there's something you love them. There's always you want to add value in their life. So the Ron Clark was the greatest teacher, and all students rejected him. And many a time it happened. He put in the different kind of placards: "Dream big, take risks, take action, and don't give up." So he was used to deploy so many motivational stuff and things. And many a time students, because they didn't like him, because they were not good in education, they were really students. They were totally different. I would say they were not interested in education. I can't use any negative word, but they never liked Ron Clark. They never liked studies. They never wanted to grow in their life, and they were being treated as a very separate class. They were not even being mixed. So they already had accepted that we are not enough. So Ron Clark took the challenge, and many a time it happened. The students, they really rejected him, but he never rejected himself. He was ready to accept himself because he was committed. He was worried about them. Like being a parent, if you are worried about your own kids, you want to still do a lot of things for them. You still want to see them empowered, and you don't give up on them. So Ron Clark never gave up on the students, and many a time, like he has been rejected, frustrated, but he never gave up. He never gave up on students. He always wanted to contribute at the top-notch level. So the Ron Clark is the best illustration for all the teachers. It could help me too. uh, I had no resources, but I wanted to help students. No one was ready to give me a job, and I started to give school, college, university, and I started to give my masters. I was teaching my students outside the gate of school. No school wanted to get me into their classroom, into the school, and I started to teach on the footpaths. I started to teach people on the in the grounds. I started to teach people in the cafeterias. I started to teach my people, my students, wherever I could get them in a public place or in a private place. So I started to teach them. I started to question them because I was worried about them, and that what makes me. And then it's not the end. Teachers is the beginning. All right. So there's no ending. You are becoming good teacher, average teacher, best teacher, bad teacher. So choice is yours. Then you become a trainer. So the trainer is also the best teacher because you help them to go and you help them to see in a different perspective about life. Yes. I want to show you one video. Maybe it can help you to see that how Mike is teaching in Pakistan uh, English language. So because I've been the English language teacher, I've been teaching and I've been motivating, inspiring. So my method was it was very hard day, and my all students really supported me to organize this big class. I'm putting on that microphone, and you can see in the background there's an air cooler with a minimum resources. But we tried. And just look at the passion. I don't teach. I always show up in the classroom. So my classroom, the classroom is not my classroom. I get bored out there because I feel the classroom is caging the students. I always teach my students outside the classroom. So let me show you the video. Maybe if your internet speed is allowing you, let's see. All right. So this is NLP. This is a method where I'm teaching my students English and through different rhymes and poems. So teachers are the people having no ego. If you have an ego, but you can't become the best teacher, you can't become their best leader. So no matter what, whatever you're teaching, you need to show up. You don't need to teach them. Even I mostly don't use my whiteboard, so I show up. I teach them through exertion. You see here I'm talking about 10 fat sausages, like I'm showing up the 10 fat sausages. It is an NLP technique, neuro linguistic technique, because what you say you do it. This is the NLP. Um, uh, this is we called this is a method of round clock where you are putting all your body into it. Okay, so I'm talking about 10 fat sausages. Then I said sizzling in a pan. One uh, one pop, okay, another one bam. So I'm putting all my whatever I speak, I use it, I do it with my body. So at the same time I'm speaking and I'm doing. So speaking is about doing. Like uh, uh, this is amazing methodology, and this is we call it the direct response approach. Okay, so this is a direct method, and by end of the day, every student are learning English. So I'm teaching them how to speak English, especially when they are the non-native speakers. So I'm using this technique. Even I teach through yoga, and I'm bringing something because students they get very bored. They easily get bored. So we being a teacher, we really need to put something extra into our work, and we have to do it. I train a lot of teachers for maths. Now they start their classroom with the maths yoga. So with a 2 or 3 minutes yoga class, in just first 2 3 minutes, you help them to get more activated. Their blood RPM would be faster, and they would be more open, alert, and receptive to learn whatever you want to give them. So first, get connected with them. First, you need to equalize and you need to bring power and energy, the positive energy into the classroom. Being a teacher, you are you have lots of responsibilities. You need to take a lot of things. You have to take initiatives to make your classroom the better place, because the classroom environment is more than 100% is the teacher's responsibility, and being a great teacher is a responsibility. Like success is your responsibility. Okay, it's not a job. It's not something like you're doing for the money. So this is what I take all my students out, and I uh, this way I help them like to learn something. So I want to show you one more video. Maybe it could help you to see. It's a, I'm teaching them something really interesting. Oh, he's jumping on the bed. So here you can see one more video. I'm in a village, and students they came from the village backgrounds. Okay, even they can't speak the local language here. They speak very pure and very amazing language. I really love them speaking what they speak. But I am engaging them through this direct method of my teaching. Okay, so let's look at the video. Okay, so this is my method, and I have no ego while I'm teaching to my students. I have a zero, even I have minus 100 ego because I love them. And when you love somebody, the ego isn't involved up there. So I have a zero, zero, less than zero, like the minus 100 ego. I love them. I play with them. I teach them through different methodologies, and I'm bringing the direct approach. It's we called our direct response. I'm using the responsive approach because I do it and they follow me. So I have one simple rule: do what I do and say what I say. And by applying this technique, what's happening in the classroom, my students they really love to learn and they want to go into the next level. And though they are if they were not good in their classrooms, but in my classroom, they started to show up more than 100%. And after showing up 100% in my class, what happened? They became the best and the greatest students in their classroom, and they really wanted to reflect in a very positive and in a positive methodology. So, because today we are talking about how to become the great teacher in 21st century in the digital age, because once you have uh, um, digits when you have gadgets in your hand, you're teaching through screen. So we have the biggest challenge being a teacher. Now we have to become the best teacher. Maybe in the old times, the teaching methodologies were different, but now it's more challenging. It's more challenging for us, and now we have to really contribute in a different way being a teacher. So being a teacher, we have to become a totally different person, and we have to become more receptive. So we have to embrace technology in our life, because a lot of people they're so scared, and especially the people more than 40 or 50 years, they are not quite familiar like how to use technology. So we can start learning from any point, and this is the right time because we are getting into the totally different era, and we definitely will start expecting differently in our life, and this is the great time, and we really need to go because I told you the teachers, they're the people, they're never perfect. They always they love to learn new things in the life because students they are much advanced. They are using gadgets, they know technology, and I met a lot of students, even the village schools. They have their own websites. They are using Zoom, and they are learning through Zooms from the different teachers from the different part of the globe, and they are totally different human being. I know my lot of students. They have their TikTok channel. They have their Facebook pages, and they're really contributing. And my students, they are learning. They are not just learning; they are earning money. So we are depriving our students because we are not understanding them what kind of era they are born in, and we feel like we are much mature people, and we are here to handle them, and we are here to paddle them. We are here to control them. Don't do it. So listen to their questions, and we need to really learn the technology, and we need to use digits. I teach my students if I don't know anything, I said straightforward, get away and just use the AI and ask the question. It would help you. So I'm using interactive boards and we are using resources. So again, it's a greatest platform where Sir Naeem Khalid is contributing really to the top and bringing the new machines and the digital tools into the classroom. So we first have to embrace it and we need to learn it. We never need to be rigid. So the best thing, the best immunity what we can create in our life is to become the greatest learner. Teachers, they are the greatest learners. Leaders, they are the greatest learners. They love to listen. They are never happy and satisfied what they know. They always have questions to go on to the next level. They want to become the better people in their life. They want to bring the best and the next in their life. They are the greatest readers. They are the greatest learners. They are very open, alert, and receptive. And they are very much detached from the old and unproductive beliefs what holding them back. So a lot of people, even I see in the United States, this feel like the AI can contribute. It's not emotional. So what? So we need to use it like as an assistant, and we can use it like to fix the problems, to fix the issues. So we need to go ahead and we need to go with the technology. Rather, we just get stuck and we start debating. I had a conversation with a lot of people in Pakistan. They hate speaking English. This is not my mother tongue. I don't have a background of speaking English. I don't need to learn English. I don't need to speak English because it's not our national language, but it's an international language. It would help you to learn technology. It would help you to go with the wind. You can become the battle leader and you can learn a lot in your life. and you can become the better people, and you can create a better. The purpose of becoming a better person is to make other people better people. All right, because I have the people around me. If you are right now over here, you are attending this webinars, it's the greatest platform. We are using the Zoom, we are connected on it. All right, so don't use technology just by force, by hook or by crooks. Use it as a passion and be ambitious to use and embrace the technology. And one more thing I need to talk about, we can, being a teacher, we can foster the critical thinking. And critical thinking is quite possible. One, we question our students, we allow them to make mistakes, we allow them to speak up, we allow them to find the solutions. Okay, because we are getting into the complex world now. It's becoming more digitalized. So let's prepare them. Let's help them to analyze and to create their own content. Let's help them to find the solutions of any problem. Like the Desta school I mentioned earlier. Since the Desta school, if there are 40 students in a class, and remember they have, it's the attitude issue. It's not about the aptitude. It's not about the age. It's about how do they learn and how do they respond. So they judge them on this, and then they take them into the classroom, and all the classrooms are online. So we need to inculcate more technology, and we can help them to think critically. Critically means to find their own perspective, to find their own solution, and every solution will become the new improvements, and we can go on to the next level through uh, this critical thinking. So, and I very recently, I personally experienced, because I teach young students English and other kind of motivational things into the class, and I'm making them more disciplined about how to think about their life. So few students, they love personalized learning. They don't love to learn in the classroom. So I allow my students, this is my way. I allow my students, if they don't want to attend my class, it's okay. So I get them and I teach them the same lesson. I know it's very hard. I know it's very tough. But remember, every student, every human being is totally different from each other. If I ask you, if you are five brothers and sisters in your family, mother, you're different from all your sister, you're different from all your brother, you're different from everyone. Even you notice the people around you, they are thinking differently than you. And you are also different. You are a different thinker. You are expecting differently in your life. So sometime, not in some time, most of the time, the personalized learning, the personalized training really helps. We have trained two students, and the teacher said they can't learn. So I took them with me as a fun, and I've been teaching them through fun, and I've been asking them. So now they are at the same level. All right. I know it's very tough to manage the big classroom size, and I don't recommend the big classroom size. I always recommend the very small size, because you then can pay the proper attention. You can understand each and every student. You can understand them through their perspective. So sometimes, and most of the time, it depends that what kind of people you have around you. So they need your personalized learning, they need your personalized training. So we need to promote the collaboration. This is the biggest mistake are happening, because for this, like, what can you do? You can bring more digital platforms and facilities and discussion to the peer feedback. Okay, so uh, increase the collaborations more and more with IT products and IT platforms, help students to learn in a different way as well. So we sometimes feel I'm a teacher, so I can be the best solution for my student. Yes, you can be. But being a teacher, like I'm a teacher, I'm speaking, I'm helping my students, young students to learn English. So I tell them other resources as well, other application, other YouTube channels, and I increase the resources of learning. I help them to bring the more collaborate with more people and learn more. Because once you are a teacher, you are not just a teacher, you are learning associate. And it means you're also learning. Okay, so stay current mean you have to stay updated with all kind of the new teaching practices, curriculum changes, and emerging technologies. You have to stay updated, because teachers, no matter what, they're never perfect, and they have to work on themselves for 24 hours, and every day, every night, they are, because they have to teach them, they have to bring inspiration, and they need to learn what is coming after 500 years. They need to be really visionary. They really need to be someone who can help students to show the way. You can help students really to think different perspective. We can help them to think in a different mode, in a different domains of life. And we need to discuss with students with all kind of possibilities. And it's only possible once you are updated with the current knowledge. So cultivate emotional intelligence by creating, nurture all your students for empathy, self-awareness, and teach them social skills. All our students, everyone in the world, we are not bringing this, so we were not helping them to become social, how to interact with other people. Even if we don't allow our students to have the meetup with their senior students or their junior students, I feel we need to allow them. We need to allow them to spend time with them, and we need to help them in our presence and help them to help them. Why? Because I personally experienced whenever I learned a lot because I was a really dull and dumb student. So I learned from my senior students. I couldn't learn from my teachers, and then I started to teach to my junior students. So learning does not mean you are just learning. It means you are teaching, you are learning, you are a learning associate. You are ready to learn, and you need to create the self-awareness about their life. What do they need eat, and how to have the best living, and what can you do better, how to decide about your life, how to have respect, and how to use internet. And you need to bring awareness by, and it's only possible when you have a talk. And you have to become someone in your life who can help students, that students will come to you and would ask you that how can you help me, and you ask students how can I help you. And students always come and they talk to you about their challenges, about their opportunities, about their situations, and you provide solutions. And you need to have a very positive and a productive conversation with your students, and always be flexible in learning and innovation and your teaching approach. Okay, so sometimes you bring games, activities, you bring sometime through the videos. Okay, sometimes you are asking them to learn from each other. So you must be really flexible in teaching approaches, not just one method, two methods, or five methods, right? If you know 10, maybe 100 more methods are there to teach. So sometime to convey the message, to teach one lesson, you need a different approach. Maybe you have 10 lessons, you sometimes you need to use 50 approaches or 10 approaches. So you need to be really flexible in your teaching methodology. Some more essential points we really need to know, uh, and we really need to build up in our life, because today we are talking about the paradigm shifting from teaching to become the greatest leader. So know your subject very well. And I don't believe that you need to teach your subject. I believe become the subject. That student will come to you and they will learn. I am not teaching English. I'm becoming English. My every kind of activities and my all 24 hours, whenever students they come to me, they start learning. So learning must happen all the time. So first, you have to become that subject. You don't try to teach that subject. You have to become solution. You have to become inspiration. You have to become sagacious about your subject. You need to know its wisdom. Remember, information is not equal to its knowledge. And knowledge is not equal to its understanding. And understanding is not equal to its wisdom. And we have to create the wisdom. I want to tell you what the wisdom is. If we are teaching our students, okay, H2O, if you're going to apply this formula, you can create a water. And unfortunately, even you're a teacher and we are teaching to our students, they don't know how to apply this formula, but they just crammed it and they never experienced this formula. All right. So we need to connect them. Like if you create the water with this, so what other things you can create with the water? You can create electricity with water. How can you use that water? And with electricity, the next step is electricity. You can create water, electricity. You can use water. You can replace it with other energies. Okay, like we know. So we need to question them. All right. So we first have to become the subject. If you're teaching English, become English. If you're teaching maths, become maths. That people will see you and they will love to listen to you. They will love to learn you because you speak wisdom. When you speak wisdom, you speak stories about it. Wow. That's the time where students would really embrace you as a leader. Right. So the classroom management, we already have discussed a lot about the classroom management. Is a primarily solely responsibility of the teacher, that how he is creating the pace, how he is more flexible about, and how he is setting the rules in the class, for running the class, what kind of discipline he's bringing into the class, what's his body language, how is he engaging the students, how is captivating the students, how is connecting with the students, how he is bringing and adding the value in the students life into the classroom. Because it's all about the leadership. It's all about how do you see, how do you visualize about your life, how do you visualize about the students life, and what do you want from them after learning and after attending your class, and what's the takeaway you have in your mind for your students, for your listeners. So communication, because it's very much connected with the classroom management, you need to know about the communicate, how to communicate with people. I want to tell you, when you're talking to the students, so don't put your hands down like upside down. It shows when you're talking to your students, you're putting your hands upside down. It means you are showing up superiority. And when you show up superiority, people don't follow you. People don't love to listen to you. They get irritated. They start hating you. They stop listening you. They start doubting in you. They start feeling like someone is trying to kiss their asses. Someone is trying to pushing them to do something. So don't put your hands upside down while you're talking, and never use your hands, because your success is hidden in your hands. When you talk about, I want to share with you 2 points, and you say 2 points, people will listen. People will look at you. If you say, I want to share 5 points today to become the best student in your class, they would look at you and they would wait for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth point, and they will listen to your talk very carefully and they would follow it. So need to know how to conversate, how to make an impact through your body. You are speaking to the people and you are speaking very low tone and voice. It has no impact, because the speakers and the leaders, they speak differently. Like the E.F. Hutton law, when you speak, people love to listen to you. And remember, the greatest speakers, they are the people, when they speak, people love to listen to them. And then become the greatest listener and listen like that everybody loves to speak to you. This is a phenomenal tool you can apply in your life and become disciplined in listening. Listening does not mean, because listening is also part of communication, listening does not mean that mostly teachers, they go into the class and they say, hey, keep quiet. So having a shut up call, if you are silent, does not mean you're not speaking. Your mouth is not operating right now, but maybe your mind, your body is moving, your head is nodding here and there, and your feet are moving, you are tapping the table with your fingers, and your body is still moving. It means your body is speaking. So you have to give a shut up call, not just to your mouth, you have to shut up call to your body and help your students to become the greatest listener. There are many types of listening. Sometimes people listen, they are the pseudo listener. They are listening. They're pretending that they are listening, but at the same time, they are listening and they are not understanding. They are just saying yes, yes, yeah. They're the pseudo listeners. If you ask the question, they say, sorry, sorry, they don't know. Sometimes people are selective listeners. You are speaking, and the people, they select from your text, and then they understand and they try to listen to them, and they skip all the other information you are passing on to them. Sometimes people, they are the critical listener. They listen, and in the background, they turn on their critical mind, and the critical mind start working on it, and at the same time, and that's also not a good listening. For greatest, to become a greatest listener, you have to become the greatest quieter. You have to be the greatest. You have to be the greatest silence person. You have to have the deepest silence in your life. The deepest silence you need while you are listening. So you have to give a shut up call to your mind, your body, your heart, and your everything, and be attentive. Be attentive and be someone who is more than 100% attentive. So we can help our students to become the greatest listener. What's the difference? Why other students, they become topper students, and why other 93%, 97% students, they are not showing up 100% in the results? The reason why, because unknowingly, all the top great topper students, they are the great listeners. And before greatest listening, they have to become the greatest quitter inside. The greatest quoter is the greatest listener. The greatest listener is, of course, attracting a lot of success in their life. They have to pay less attention onto the lessons and everything. So we can work on students how to become great students, and we at the same time have to speak up differently in a class. Like if I say we have to speak up differently in the class, if you say, if I have to say we have to speak a little, so say little. If you have to speak, I have to say speak a lot, then I would say yes, we have to speak a lot. I will show up the quantity with my hands. If I would say better to keep quiet, so I would say keep quiet. And if I want to say please open your book, so we can use the body language. Body, people listen you through your body. Communication is 93% is the body language. Words are just 7%. So we have to inculcate, we have to make our students intelligent about it. And teachers, they are very adaptable people. They are very flexible according to the situation, according to their subject curriculum, and they are adaptable to the teaching methodologies according to their course content. So we need to become more and more adaptable according to the culture, norms, and everything. So the passion and enthusiasm is, of course, it must be the number one point, because if you're not passionate, so I can see how many people are listening right now. I just want to see how many people are listening. Yes, how many people are online right now? So all online people, it's showing up that people are very much interested. They are interested. Yeah, there are 43% people. So it means people are really much interested. They want to grow on their consciousness level. They want to go on to the next level. And they are just waiting that one piece of information will bring an enormous change in their life. And it will reduce the stress of the teachers, of everybody in the class. So that's why we really need to we really need to get focused that passion mean you are doing something which you really love to do. And the passion means that you are doing and you are not getting equivalent, not appreciating you, and you are still ready to do it. Passion means people are criticizing you, and they are telling you you can't do it, it's not easy, and it is a dead-end job, it will have no future for you, but still you are ready to do it. People are not paying you money, but you are still ready to do it. People don't like it you to do it, you are still ready to do it because you are passionate. You got some extra energy. The passion means you feel great, you feel empowered, you feel motivated, and you feel like, yes, if I'm to do it, so I'll be feeling so elated, empowered, and proud, because you want to bring change in people's life. So we really need to know what actually the passion is. So teaching is all about the passion, because they are worried about the people. And the next level is we need to bring the continuous improvements in our teaching method. Never ever be satisfied. This is my whatever you're doing in your life, never ever be satisfied. Even after Michael asking, Mike, how can you have done it better? Speak up to the people. What more slides you can help your students to help your teachers to learn from it, and what best method like you can bring into your online webinars and training. So we need continuous improvements, and we never need to be satisfied with whatever you're doing in your life, and bring empathy in your life. Always put yourself in your students shoe. You need to understand them, and being a management, we need to bring empathy while teaching, while treating our teachers, because they are taking care of your external clients. Teachers, they deserve more value than the students, even, because being the management, we need to take care of our teachers, and they will take care of our students, and they will take care of the parents of the students. So we first need to take care of our teachers. And how can you take care of them? You can bring them lots of trainings. You can help them to go into the next level. You can help them to think the next. I'm not talking about the salary. I'm not talking about the money. You can give them the best environment. You can help them to bring in and provide them internet, and you can help them by questioning them, empower them. Always help your teachers to go on to the next level, and they will inculcate the same things in your classroom, and the students would be empowering. So if you want to empower your students, if you want to lead your students, because if you are the leaders, if you are the management and you are the CEO of education, you are the owner of an educational department or the school, and you are in this webinar, so don't lead your students directly. You can lead your students through your leaders, and your leaders are your teachers. They are your leaders, and you really need to work on them. And so they will work with the students and they will empower them. And then you will attract a lot of positive energy. You will get a lot of admission. You will get a lot of money. So don't think about money. If you are the school, think about how and what's the difference you can bring in your through your education system, through your methodologies. So patience, I don't believe in patience, by the way, because once you have the patience, it means still there is a level of tolerance, or maybe something is happening to you which you don't like, and you are showing up the patience. I believe, and if you allow me, I can change this word, and let's make it acceptance. Acceptance, I feel, is the best way to understand being a teacher. We need to accept. Sometime in your class, you have the Christian students, Muslim students. They come from the different backgrounds. They come from the different expectation and the different cities. And sometimes we are really stereotyped. So we really need to accept all our students, not just students. We need to accept everybody around us. Once you accept them, you love them. Your love begets, your love starts when you accept them. It means you want to do something better for their life. You want to do better for them. It only happens when you have acceptance. But if you are tolerating, there is an element of terror, there is an element of punishment, there is an element of disliking, or even the patience. There is an element of again impatience. There is an element of not acceptance. There is an element. There is the element of anger, frustration, and these kind of things. So acceptance means whoever the person you have in your life, you embrace them, you accept them, because you are love, you are kindness, and the people will attract positive energy from you. All right, so we need to become a person of acceptance. We need to accept everything we have around us, because we are responsible people. Okay, so we already have discussed so many things, and let's have open discussion. And I think over to Sir Asif, if you are really uh, over there, so we really can. Yes, sir. Over to Sir Asif. And let's have some question answer session, because we have 20, 30 minutes right now. And then I have to leave for my next session. Hope you enjoyed, and I will share my slides as well by end of the day. And hope you enjoyed it. And everything happens once you start practicing, because knowledge is not enough. We
Okay.
already have lots of knowledge, but we don't experience it. So we need to experience it. And the more you will experience, the more sagaciousness and the better person you will become. And you will see life would be totally amazing, and you'll start enjoying. So let's have some question and answer session. Sir, if Asif, because he's the host, he's the anchor, and I think he is trying to.
Yes, Mr. Mike, how are you?
Yes, I'm beautiful. What about you, sir?
Sir, actually, I'm having some difficulty connecting from the office side, and I have connected my mobile. So, thank you so very much. You have been a tremendous speaker, and it was a great, insightful session today, and I enjoyed a lot. So, I would love that if you can explain afterwards all those laws of learning, so I couldn't, it is not, I'm not satisfied with the, okay. He has connected. I'm leaving from this side, and I'm sure
Okay.
I'm visible. So open to everyone. If our listeners want to raise a question, Mr. Mike is available. Anybody? from the listener side. Please raise your hand so that we can unmute you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ji, walaikum salam.
Sir, can you repeat the laws? I wouldn't be able to take the whole session, so can you repeat that laws?
Yeah, you want to summarize the session for Mr.
Yes,
Mike?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mr. Mike, she couldn't attend the whole session, so she's asking if we can summarize for her so that she can get a gist of what you said. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Mike. You're not audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. There are two types of people in the world: teachers and other people. And teachers are less than 60 million people on the globe, and they are born, they are chosen by the God for the different responsibility. So uh, I would sum up in a way that they really need to expect very high from themselves. They never need to be satisfied what they are teaching. They need to become the better person, all right? And they need to accept the students with all their um, backgrounds, okay? And we need to have the bottom line is if you really love your students, I want to make you sure they can replace you after 2 years. And if you are really, really worried about them, they will get worried about you. Teaching, no matter what, teachers are never perfect. You need to really keep it up, and you really need to learn every day and need to use all the resources. And you are just one resource as a teacher. So you really need to work on all the resources, and you need to develop yourself because it's a choice. And before going to the class, manage your hunger, eat something, and always try to experience different things. Listen your students, listen their questions. And if you don't know the answer, let them know I don't know. So the biggest mistake we people have been doing in our life is that we always say yes, even we don't know. So we never need to, we need to embrace ourselves and others as well. And we need to become the better people, better person. And we need to empower our students because we have to help them to think. Our job is not to help them like to just fix the questions and solve the questions. It's and the greatest thing about teaching is students they don't like teachers. Even we don't like teachers. And if I ask you, once you were teaching, once you were a student in the class, we never liked teachers because they push us to do something. They don't pull us to do something. Pushing approach is once you are asked, you are requested to do what they love to do, being a teacher. So we actually need to do what our students love to do. And they will tell you how do they like about you. Listen to them. The greatest things, the greatest teachers, they are very open and receptive and alert. And they are ready to be criticized. I want to tell you, because in today's world, students need to listen to stories of greatest people. I want to tell you, because today I have one greatest seminar, and 200 or more than the diplomats and the educationalists and the industrialists and the government people, they are going to attend my seminar today around 1 o'clock in the Lahore Expo Center. So I'm going to speak out there about the leadership. Leaders are the people actually. People have an opportunity that they can't follow you, but still they follow you. So we have to become that teacher, that we have to become their favorite. And the bottom line is, all top successful people in their life, they had three best teachers in their life. And they are the three best teachers who encourage them. So we all are here to encourage our students. We all are here to appreciate our students. Even they get 0 out of 20. We need to say, wow. We need to find the reasons to appreciate. We must say, wow, now your attendance is 100% and you are really showing up in all your tests. Have the private conversation with your students. have the motivational talk with your students, empower them, help them to think better, help them to think on the next level consciousness.
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
Thank you,
Right, it's
sir.
very
Thank
obvious.
you.
Anytime.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from the audience want to raise any question? Mr. Mike, until the audience think and put questions, let me grab the opportunity myself, and I want to put the same question I uttered previously. Actually, in every country, the circumstances are different and the scenarios is different. So in Pakistan, we are having a shortage of quality teachers, the committed people who really understand the idea and who really put their lives behind in nation building. And you have been living here, and you know that people have started disbelieving on the idea. System has collapsed. Most of the situation is like that. So people don't believe in investing longer terms. uh, Mr. Mike, until we build a system, lecturing, it doesn't give us that required results, can't give us that required results, because one person can't create that whole change. So in order to maneuver the whole society, the educational industry towards the positive sense, we have to create systems so that a common person like me can join the system and enable himself in his class for a better approach as far as pedagogy is concerned. So you have named mindfulness, you have named attitude building, and you have named so many things. And for our teacher in our area in Pakistan, the common teacher, they don't know how to do all these practices in the classroom. So you are a well versed person. I think you have a large experience of accumulating all that knowledge which you were presenting in front of us. So my question is same. Can you, when our teacher teaches, the lesson plan is limited to the SLOs and the activities that SLO is recommending. So all these things went into the shadow. So my question is, can we build a system where we can put all these things in that lesson plan, and we can, in this way, we can help a lot of children and teachers?
Yep, of course. All kind of systems come from the people, and they are developed by the people. And because success comes from the people, and success is for the people, and success is the responsibility of everyone. So what I could learn in my last 2.5 decades, that we need to develop two things in our life. Number one is, and this is a sum up, this is the bottom line of our today's webinar, today's podcast. Number one is we need to bring the teachability in our life. We first have to become someone who is a teachable.
Yes.
And this is the first and the groundbreaking and breathtaking quality, the breathtaking tool what we can develop in our life. First, we have to become a teacher, but number two, we have to become flexible to everything. We can be flexible. Flexible does not mean that going into the gym and making your muscles flexible. Yes, to some extent, because we need to bring number one, like what I'm talking about, yes, we really need to become teachable. If you're teachable, so teachers, they are never perfect. They're never perfect. I noticed, and one of the greatest teacher, I noticed personally, like it was happening unknowingly. Teachers, they're very grounded people. They are well grounded inside. They are well connected inside. Like you use the beautiful word, they have the mindfulness level. They are the next level mindfulness. They are the next level consciousness. They think differently. They look at the life in a different perspective. So it's a hiring issue. Yes, in hiring, a lot of people ask me, sir, we have this available stuff. I said, no, it's okay. But if people even not passionate, no matter what, it's okay. But hire someone into your system who is teachable person, who loves to learn, who has a growth mindset, because it's a mindset issue. Teaching is also a mindset problem, because there are 32 types of mindsets, and the one mindset is a growth mindset, and other mindsets, they are definitely working and people are operating with their mindsets. But with a fixed mindset, you can't become the great teacher, you can't become a great leader, you can't develop a system, you can't look into the system in a different way, you can't become disciplined, you can't become the greatest success. So number one, we need to have the growth mindset in our life. We need to build up, and while we are hiring people for our school, I don't look at their education. I don't look at the CV. I don't look at anything. I look at them. How do they talk? Are they teachable? Do they want to learn? Are they passionate about learning? Do they want to go into the next level? Then I don't think, even whatever they're asking, I pay them salary and I hire them on my board. So this is a hiring issue as well, because you develop a system, because you have a vision, and to your vision, you develop a system. So to run the system, you need people. Your people, you develop them. You develop them, and this is unstoppable work. And being a leader, so I visited so many schools. One principal asked me, sir, what changes I can bring in my school, because I had 3,800 students in my school. What should I know, because now I have 1,700 students? What should I do? I said, yes, I can tell you, but give me some time. I investigated all the cases in the school, and he was responsible for going for dropping out, all kind of dropouts. He was responsible. So I said, yes, if you want to bring a change in this school, so first you have to remove yourself. And that's the reason why other companies, why other business, why other schools, they are very much successful. And other schools, they are not. Only 3% schools, they are really, they are enjoying all the top-notch success. And why not the other? I can tell you the difference. The difference is your leadership lead level. Why? Because you are not being investor, being organizer, being a principal, being an owner. You are not developing yourself. You are not developing yourself as a leader. And if you are not developing yourself, your leadership is really down. So for example, if there are 10 points of leadership level, okay, and if your level is there, that's the lead level of any jar. So people will grow to that level, okay. If this level is 4, people will grow this level, because first you count 1, 2, 3, then 4 comes. So you are 4. So people will be on number 3. If you go on number 4, people 5, people will go on number 4. If you go on number 10, people and system will automatically go on number 10. This is the leadership lead level issue, because the organizers, the principals, and the leaders, they are not. They need to learn. The John C. Maxwell says the greatest leader is written more than 80 books, and he's father of godfathers of the leadership guru. It's an amazing guy. And he said once he started and he learned while he was just 20 years. So they were used to buy the insolvent companies. Companies were not growing up, and he was used to buy those companies. And what was the formula? They were used to do just one thing: by removing the CEO of that company, the president of that company, and then let the people grow, empower them. So if teachers are not performing to the 100%, is the principal or it's the owner's personal responsibility, because he is not creating them as a leader. He's not creating them like was him. He's not helping them to think like was him. He is not helping them to dream about the school. He's not helping everyone around him to follow the vision, to look at the same vision what you have around you, what you have set for you. So that's a problem with the system.
Sir, thank you so much.
Problem.
So I would love from the audience side, if someone has the query.
Just one question. It
Yes.
would be the last question, please.
Okay.
Yes, because I have to go now.
Okay, okay, okay. So anyone from the audience to raise the last question for Mr. Mike?
Sir, can I ask one more question?
Yes, sure.
Yes, please.
Okay, sir, in our area, many students are not serious about their studies. So, can you tell me something how to make the students more serious and responsible?
It's the stories. So the biggest difference is about the stories. All top successful people, they want to listen to stories. And I want to tell you, I am taking a different type of sessions with the students. And I'm really talking to the most vulnerable students in the class. And especially teachers don't love to go to their classes. So I am creating a place over there. I'm telling them story and the other people. So we are growing up with the stories. So I believe we need to tell them the stories about their success. We need to show them their future. We have to connect them with their upcoming life because once they are disconnected with their upcoming life, this they get demotivated. So they need a lot of motivation. We need to talk about the stories. We need to talk about their life. Then we need to help them to know their importance and value of their life. So don't teach them. They will learn from themselves. We just have to get them motivated. We have to talk to them. We have to make them listen. We have to play with them. We have to embrace them. We have to accept them. We have to empower them. We have to appreciate them. We have to play with them. We have to do a lot of things. First, bring a connection with them. Then they will follow you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Mike, thank you so much. So from now on, I'll try to communicate with my hands and with my body because you is emphasizing so much on this communication side. So thank you so much,
Yes.
Mr. Mike. Looking
It's
for
once, sir, also when you said yes,
yes.
this when you were connecting, so it's mean communication.
Okay.
Things
Yes.
and dots are connected.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so communications come from the body, and I
Okay.
want to tell you this is the top secret
Sir.
of the great teachers. They have the positive body language. They connect people through their body. They attract a lot of energy because everything is happening. What is going through your heart to the people,
Yes.
and then it comes back to your heart.
Yes.
So we have to bring the service heart and heart-to-heart relations with the people who we are teaching, who we are helping and mentoring them in their life. So really appreciate it
Sir,
for your
sir.
time because now I gotta go now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mike. Really looking forward for tomorrow's meeting, and
Yes, for sure.
just want to we're looking forward. So good luck with your coming session
Yes,
there,
yes. Good
and
luck with good luck with my listeners.
no, you're doing a great job. I think they'll enjoy. They'll enjoy.
It's a
Same like
choice.
yes,
Greatness is a choice.
sir,
So I have chosen myself to be a great.
sir, sir, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike.
Really appreciate
See you
it.
again. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really appreciated everyone for listening, for understanding, and forgive me if so because I was speaking up something. If you like it, pick it up. If you don't like, skip it. Choice is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave now. Bye.